To occupy or not to occupy? Today is November 23rd, day 54 of Occupy Los Angeles, and you're watching Inside Out News.
We stand in solidarity with our brothers and sisters who are being oppressed. We realize the Occupy movement has gained an enormous amount of energy, calling the world to a new perspective and direction. Our current system is severely injured. The basic needs of the planet are not being met. The utilization of the currency system is being used as a tool of coercion to restrict and prohibit the growth and development of our nation. Humanity is at a major tipping point that has the momentum to unleash the collective will to serve our highest principles based on conscious action, service, and wisdom.
Occupy Los Angeles received an ultimatum today. Organizers from Occupy Los Angeles met with city employees to discuss an exit strategy. The occupation has been here at City Hall for almost 2 months now. Earlier in the week, the city proposed a compromise where the occupiers could take over office space owned by the city for $1 a year in exchange for a voluntary exit from City Hall Park. Last night, the General Assembly voted on this proposal. They voted the proposal down, stating that they would rather stay here at City Hall in their tents. Today, there was a city liaison meeting where the city notified the occupiers that they had until next week to leave voluntarily or be forcibly evicted. Right now, the occupiers are discussing how they are going to move forward with this notification. They have asked the city for an extension until Monday to have further negotiations. The city so far is considering their request. We called the mayor's office earlier today to get a statement on this possible eviction, but they have yet to put out a statement. We talked with a couple of the occupiers who were at the city liaison meeting earlier today about exactly what went on during the meeting. Here's what they had to say. It's being reported that there was an offer by the city saying that they would offer the occupiers a space in an office space in the mall over below one of the City Hall buildings in exchange for them peacefully and voluntarily leaving the encampment. Why do you think that they pulled back on that?
Well, okay, I think there's a couple of reasons. One, they do watch the live stream, so they know what's going on and they can hear and feel the sentiment of the General Assembly. They probably saw that the General Assembly pretty much unanimously rejected the offer and that we were going to counter with our demands, and them knowing that, they probably just decided, let's shut it down. We don't need any more of this going on. We don't want to hear their demands. Also, I know I know that over the last couple weeks that certain business lobbying groups in the city of Los Angeles have been putting pressure on city council. That particular group, which I believe is called the CCA, but I am not sure exactly, unfortunately is a mixture of small businesses and very large ones, and so they're putting pressure on the city.
The city has stated sanitation issues, health issues. They're concerned about the lawn being destroyed and the amount of money that will be needed to regrow the grass and to restore the park to what it was before the occupation. Do you think that that is a viable reason for removing people from City Hall?
No, it's not a viable reason. It's the excuse. It's part of the strategy that is national. They're using the same argument in every occupation about the health codes, about this and about that. It's a strategy. They're enacting it, and that's just the excuse. as far as the lawn rehabilitation, I mean, the original quote was that it may cost up to $400,000. Well, that proves the inefficiency of government. It doesn't cost $400,000 for a lawn. If it does, they're doing it the wrong way. Also, this freaking lawn is unsustainable. They waste water, so many gallons of water, watering this grass that's not even native to here, and yet we have to battle other regions for water every year, and it's a big point. So to me, that the grass is such a shitty argument on the city's behalf.
Do you feel there's a disconnect somewhere, or miscommunication or disorganization that is going on within the occupation movement here at Los Angeles that may be detrimental to the process of negotiating either an exit strategy or a way to remain at City Hall?
Right now, I don't think it's so much disorganization, more than we need to have representatives who are actually representing us, not just people who are speaking on their own behalf, so to speak. But when we were there, we made it very clear that we were all there speaking for ourselves. And on that sentiment, it goes to say that a lot of people who are here have not felt they were properly represented in the past. But the beautiful thing about it is that now people are coming together. Now people are becoming more interested, and they're participating more, because at the end of the day, it doesn't affect just one, it affects us all.
The city is giving the occupation a 72-hour eviction notice. They have not stated when they're going to do it next week, but when that does happen, what is the occupation planning to do as a response?
We're getting ourselves ready at the moment, because, we definitely spoke to them about the fact that we wish to remain peaceful. However, we have people that do not feel that way, but we will try our best to remain peaceful. On that subject, we were told that the cops too will try and remain peaceful, but that things could escalate. And I reminded them of the video from UC Davis, and the world is watching. Therefore, we hope that we can do this as peacefully as possible, but it just seems to me that they don't seem to understand that if they raid us and at any point it becomes violent or anything really, it will only bring people together in solidarity.
The occupiers held a press conference this afternoon that ended in chaos. What their attempt was unclear, but they brought out much of the local media to possibly discuss this possible eviction, which ended up in various people trying to control the microphone, discussing issues that had nothing to do with the eviction.
Awareness to the suffering of our human family, to assure the growth and development of our nation toward freedom and personal effectiveness, as well as collective equality. To fix the suffering by establishing a shift in the laws, behavior, narrative, and actions of its people at every level. It is our social responsibility to be the change we wish to see in the world, and to challenge conventional reality in the light of higher ideals.
What we're asking for is for them to give us the legal notice. The world is watching. Are we going to follow the law? So we said if you don't follow the law, then we're going to file a claim for $10 million against the city and the LAPD for wrongful eviction. So we're asking you to telecast to the world, to ask America to watch LA and make sure they follow the law.
The bottom line is, we're moving on, we're going to get it on, and we're going to solve and resolve the problem. So those of you, for the holiday, know that we have a direction, know that we have solutions. Thank you for your time.
Obama is saying yes, we can. Obama is saying yes, we can. We're saying yes, we did. Yes, we did. Yes, we will.
They have another type of possible press conference planned for this week, and there is talk of doing more of these press conferences leading up to the possible eviction date. When we find out that eviction date, we will let you know. In the meantime, we will be here covering the actions at Occupy Los Angeles over the weekend, and should an eviction occur, we will be here for that. This is Margot Paez signing off for Inside Out News. Good night.